Hi guys, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel where I focus on early game and mid game stuff. Today's video is going to be a bit more about early game than anything else because we are going to talk about the most important thing that you can do in Raid Shadow Legends, or that you need to do in Raid Shadow Legends before anything else, and that is farming campaign and building your campaign farmer to do stage 12-3 brutal efficiently. And if we talk about efficiency, we obviously want to be able to do that as quickly as possible. So what I'm going to try to show you is the best ways to get your campaign farmer to do 12-3 brutal as quickly as possible. For everybody who doesn't know, 12-3 brutal is generally considered to be the best stage to farm in campaign because it gives you the best silver, the most silver, and a very efficient amount of XP. So that's generally considered to be the best. Stage 6 gives you a bit more XP, but not that it makes a big difference. By the way, if you can't do brutal, do 12-3 on hard. That's also going to be relatively efficient until you get your champion to level 60, your campaign farmer, and have him build in a way that he can actually do brutal. Right. So I thought about how to tackle this and how to tell you about the things that I feel like are most important for your campaign farmer. And I figured there are things that are absolutely essential, and then there are also things in the build of your character which are, you know, optional. I think I'll cover the optional stuff first and then go to the essentials so that you'll know in the end that we have that compact, you know, everything that's truly important. So a nice bonus, one example for a nice bonus is this relic here. You get that for free. I think at level 30 or 35, just put that onto your champion and he'll get a bit of extra attack. I didn't have accessories on my Bellower when I first did campaign. They are not mandatory. They help, but they are not mandatory. Ascension, similar thing. Ascension is going to give you extra stats, but you know, try to ascend him as far as you can, and if you have hit a hold at 4-star or something, I think that shouldn't be the end of the world. Right. Oh, whilst we talk about ascending, I think the soul, getting the soul for your campaign farmer is also a nice bonus, but it's not definitely needed. It's going to give you, the 1-star soul is going to give you a bit more sturdiness for your champion because he's going to get 2250 HP, I think. Right. Those were like the nice bonuses. Now we are getting to the core of it. First of all, you need to get your champion to 6-star. And if you want to do 12-3 brutal, it will be advised to get him close to level 60. That's first. Second, put your champion in lifesteal gear. Lifesteal gear is the most valuable gear that you have in the beginning for your campaign farmer, because it is going to guarantee you that your champion is actually going to survive until the end of turn 3, until the end of wave 3. Turn 3, that's, you know, you'll have to survive a bit longer than turn 3 in the beginning. In the end, you'll just nuke your enemies down, and that's actually going to be 3 turns, because every AoE is going to kill the wave. But in the beginning, we rely on lifesteal gear to hit the enemies, they hit us, we'll hit them again, heal back up, and so on, and take the enemies down over time. Right. Lifesteal gear. I just covered this in a different video. Is a bit of a problem at the moment because we have a login champion with Lemnisci and we get savage gear from that. And if you create a new account in the beginning, you won't be able to get that lifesteal gear from that you usually get. You will from the shaman chase. There is usually a shaman chase and you usually get lifesteal gear. And right now you get savage, which is basically useless in the beginning. I have put mine on Lemnisci herself and had to look where I get decent lifesteal gear. Luckily, we get a bit of lifesteal gear from the apprentice pass in the beginning, which everybody gets. You know, it doesn't matter if you bought the pass or if you just utilize the free version, you'll get some lifesteal gear from there. Problem is, you don't have fixed substats. The substats will be random and you can get some proper substats or just very bad substats. I was very lucky because I got speed boots in the beginning. And I think the substats were pretty bad. Like this gear that I have on Bellower right now, that's not the gear that I got from the Apprentice Pass in the beginning. You'll get a bit more lifesteal gear further down the line, and that's basically where I have these pieces from. So my gear in the beginning was worse. That wasn't the problem. I got resistance rolls and stuff like that. Wasn't the end of the world. You will need one of 3 pieces though. You will need either speed boots, attack percent on your chest, or crit rate on your gloves in lifesteal. Just because that is the stats that you're going for. Your campaign farmer is going to need crit rate on his gloves, attack percent on his chest, preferably, and speed on the boots. So if you don't get any of these from the gear that you get for free, you can farm that gear in campaign. There's only 2 reasons I farm gear in campaign. One would be getting either crit rate on gloves or attack percent on chest or speed on boots in lifesteal gear. And then you can fill up, as I did, your build with broken pieces. Bellower's build, you know, you can just, for example, my chest is immortal gear and my gloves are speed. And that's what I just want to talk about now very quickly. This doesn't have too much to do with your campaign farmer, but the second reason I farm gear from campaign is actually because I need speed boots on my champions. So that's why I do spend a bit of energy there. And as you can see, Lemnisci got the boots from campaign, to Hanurak boots from campaign, Elenara boots from campaign, and Kael boots from campaign. So that's a very good place to get speed boots, because speed boots can be a bit scarce at the beginning. Just, you know, a little bonus tip. All right, so just throw any lifesteal gear you have on your campaign farmer, progress through campaign, and try to improve your lifesteal gear over time and your build over time. All right, you'll need to get your gear to level 16 eventually. Of course, that's also very important. Right. Books. You'll need books on your champion. Whoever you use as a campaign farmer should be booked, because books give you extra damage and they will usually get you cooldowns, which is very important. Right, so there is no way past books, but here we come to, I think, the most important and the easiest way to get your champion to do 12-3 brutal relatively easily. Masteries. Buy your first masteries for your champion. Buy the first masteries for your campaign farmer. I haven't bought masteries for anybody else since. The rest of my champions I'm farming, but you can, when you have your campaign farmer, buy the scrolls for 800 gems. That seems pretty pricey. It is pretty pricey, but it is recommended at the beginning, because you won't be able to farm stage 15 of Minotaur's Labyrinth yet, where you would get masteries otherwise. So get masteries, and now the big question is, which masteries do you choose? I think I guess you can argue that you could use defense masteries as well, but they are not that amazing, not going to help you out that much in campaign, from my experience. So let's talk about some of the stuff, you know, some nice perks along the way, and then in the end we'll get to the masteries which actually make or break your champion's build. So there is nice stuff like this. Heals this champion by 10% the first time an enemy is killed in each round. That's very nice. You can get some extra stats from Lore of Steel. Doesn't work on my champion right now because I have lifesteal and I don't get extra stats on lifesteal, I think. And then I have a broken set, so I won't get any advantage from set bonuses. What else is nice? Crit rate, very nice. Crit damage, very nice. Getting more damage is always great. Then increased damage when when attacking with full HP. You do that in the beginning in campaign, every time you attack for the first time. So that's extra damage. So you can take extra damage with you. And then this is also great. Places a shield buff on this champion when this champion kills an enemy. So you basically get heals, a bit of survivability with the shields. You'll get extra damage. I recommend crit damage just because it is guaranteed extra damage. And you don't want to rely on Helm Smasher, for example, which only has a 50% chance to work. And if it doesn't work, then your run fails. That's not ideal. So you'll get a lot of extra perks. But now we come to the place or the two masteries that are actually going to make or break the build that you have. One is Spirit Haste, increases speed by 8 for each dead ally. Stacks up to 24 speed. That's so much in the beginning. That's so much. In combination with Whirlwind of Death, increases speed by 6 for each enemy killed by this champion. Stacks across each round in battle up to 18 speed. That's also like the combination of the two that gives you 42 speed. That's amazing in the beginning. And if we check on the speed that I have on Bellower, due to his speed boots, we have 165. Now the magic number here, let me check, should be 161. You will want to get past 161. Why? Let us switch over to Hell Hades. This is the stages tool where you can see the stats of your enemies. Just type in Google Hell Hades stages tool. Hell Hades is a great website in general. And when you're at the stages tool, you can slot in campaign, choose the encounter, which is Brimstone Path, difficulty brutal, stage 3. This is where we farm. And then you can check the speed of your enemies. And when you look at Lord Shazar, like the third wave is the most difficult wave in campaign 12.3. And when you look at Lord Shazar, he has a speed of 101. Meaning if you get over the speed of 202, you're going to have 2 turns every time Lord Shazar takes 1 turn. And that is huge. And that is how you can relatively easily manage to do campaign in the beginning. The first 2 stages are not a big problem. In the first 2 stages, you attack your enemies, they attack you back, they usually won't be able to kill you, your allies die, and after the first stage, you will have killed 4 enemies and 3 allies have died. So you will get the maximum speed boost from your masteries, meaning that my Bellower is going to be at... Quick math on camera don't work. Is going to be at 207 speed, taking 2 turns. All right. So this is obviously not the greatest example because I've already, progressed through a campaign and progressed through the game, and so my Bellower is stronger than he needs to be by now. But I'll still show you a run just to show you what I mean. Let's go for Super Raids and let's go. Let's slow this down. He goes for the first attack. You see what I mean? He already kills so many enemies that my allies are not really getting killed. Maybe we are lucky here. Yes, we are lucky. All our allies are killed. All the enemies are dead. And now we are at double speed. So we always take 2 turns. All right, they're just dead in 1. And here comes the hard wave. And usually this is the biggest trouble. They have the best defense. They have the most attack. And Lord Shazar is really going to kill you with his bombs at times, But when you have 2 attacks on the enemy, that gives you a chance to heal up with lifesteal, even if you don't kill the enemies in 3 turns before the bombs do damage to you. You will kill some of the enemies. You will definitely heal up with lifesteal twice, not only once. And this is going to make it so much easier for you to clear 12.3 Brutal. And goodbye. All right, I realize that this is not a great example because my Bellower is too strong by now. But I guarantee you, if you get your champion to level 60, get some lifesteal gear on him, get the masteries, get the speed boots, get both speed masteries, then this is very, very likely going to give you going to get you into a very comfortable place to do 12-3 brutal with the campaign farmer of your choosing. Be a bit careful, like you can't just do campaign with any champion. Like I said, your starter champions, Bellower, and there are a few others. Maybe I'll make a different video about that. Don't know if that's worth it really, because you can just do it with your starter. Alright, guys, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. This took much longer than I thought. I'll check the time later, but yeah, I'm quite interested in how long this video took me to record. I hope you'll have a great day. See you on the next one. Bye.